Can you tell him the Brooks Orpik nugget?
The Brooks Orpik one was amazing. Game 2 of the Stanley Cup final, if I'm not mistaken, it's Eric Howla, and it looked like a slash, and literally in the dying stages, final 5 seconds of the game.
Right.
And all of a sudden, you see on the game report afterwards, a major for slashing was given out by the officials, but it's post-game, so not a lot of attention was drawn to it. And all of a sudden, we start hearing some things about Brooks, his availability for Game 3 coming home.
Brooks paid a lot of attention to it.
And I saw some things that I probably shouldn't have seen. And you're looking and you're going, that doesn't look right. His pinky finger was just wrecked by that slash.
When you say wrecked, like almost severed.
There was some significant stitch work done by doctors and dentists and everybody who could help to put that back to, and he plays with it.
That's unbelievable.
I mean, it's the kind of thing that you don't realize what they go through, and this was something that obviously happened late in the playoffs, but all throughout at different stages, guys are receiving treatment and therapy for ailments that would definitely keep us out of games, and they're playing at the highest level. They're special in that regard. But the Orpik thing, I was like, that doesn't look right.
Yeah.
It was.
Well, that's something that should be fully healed by the time the season starts.
I would hope so, but it's.
But the fact that he played with I don't know. That's incredible.
And have the strength that Brooks has in front of the goal to be able to move people with something that was significantly injured.
Well, think about warrior mentality.
Think about all the guys. You know, you play 120 games, or whatever they played. You play 10 months of hockey. They're all banged up.
Have to be.
You know, I don't know what percentage of those guys need off-season surgeries. Certainly, maybe it's a small percentage, but some of them do. You talk about the guys like Orpik and Kuzi's shoulder and Backstrom's finger.
Nobody's 100% by the time the final rolls around.
Ovi's got things going on with him. You know, but they come back and they play, and then they got 2 months off, and then they're right back at it. And I talked about this last week. That's what makes it so much more impressive that teams can repeat. Like Pittsburgh, even though I don't want to give them a lot of props, but the fact that they go through the same thing, they play 10 months of hockey, they're banged up, and they come right back at it and repeat.
And speaking of Pittsburgh, Joe, there's no justice in this world if for the opening game of the 2018-2019 campaign for the Caps that you and Locker aren't calling Caps hosting the Penguins so they can watch the Capitals raise the Stanley Cup banner
because they did that
to
to
the
us,
roof.
right?
Because the Caps had to go to Pittsburgh to do it. So why wouldn't that happen here for the opener?
That would be nice.
That would be great.
Listen to me, Cakes. I don't know if we get that game, though. I don't know if that game goes to us at NBC Sports Washington.
You're crushing my soul.
That could be another exclusive pickup. Yeah, there's a lot of soul crushing that goes on.
That hurts me.
When it comes up to that kind of thing. But
Got it.
Let's wait and see. Maybe they'll let us do it side by side. Who knows? But that would be a nice way to raise a banner for sure.
That would be great.
But Bish, to your point, the Penguins were trying to do something that hadn't been done since the Islanders of the 80s. Pittsburgh back-to-back hadn't been done since the Red Wings of the late 90s, the second of which was against Washington.
Right.
It just doesn't happen. And I knock on wood and hope that the Caps will be a very strong defending Cup champion and go as far as they can. And who knows, maybe go back-to-back. But you think about the energy and the toll that it takes on these guys physically to get all the way there. It's amazing to be able to duplicate it.
Yeah. And then the Oilers and Islanders did 4 in a row? They both do 4 in a row?
The Oilers did not do 4 in a row. They did 2, 1, 2, and took another year off to 1.
Okay, all right. But the Islanders...
Gretzky had 4.
Yeah.
Messier had 5 of those. The Islanders did a 4-year dynasty run my 4 years in high school.
No,
boom, 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 boom.
They were just so much better than everybody else.
Yes, and clutch, which is always key. You know, the late game goal, you needed a goal in the final minute to tie it, boom. Tonelli or Nystrom or Bossy were able to do it.
You love Billy Smith.
Billy Smith. Billy Chico was more of my favorite at that time, but Billy was money.
Yeah.